Of all the things to attack Donald Trump on, the moderators at the CBS debate chose the absolute dumbest thing.
Something in talking to voters that they wish somebody would tell you to cut it out is the profanity. What's your reaction to that?
I'll tell you. Over the years, I've made many speeches. People have asked me, big companies have asked me to make speeches, and friends of mine that run big companies on success. And on occasion, in order to sort of really highlight something, I use a profanity. One of the profanities that I got credited with using that I didn't use was a very bad word 2 weeks ago that I never used. I said, you. And everybody said, oh, he didn't say anything wrong. But you bleeped it. So everyone thinks I said the word. I didn't say anything. I never said the word. It is very unfair, that criticism. Now, I will say this. With all of that being said, I have said I will not do it at all. Because if I say a word that's a little bit off color, a little bit, it ends up being a headline. I will not do it again. I was a very good student at a great school. Not using profanity is very easy.
Right. Okay, Governor Bush, I'd like to ask
I got to respond to this.
Well, how about you respond, and then you can answer the question I'm about to ask.
Sounds like a good plan. Or you could ask me 2 questions so I could get 2 minutes instead of 1.
If we adjudicate this, the night will be over.
I threw in that last part for you with Jeb Bush to show you how this is just a fucking debate of children. Well, how about you ask me 2 questions and I can speak for 2 minutes instead of 1? I gotta respond to that. Oh, this is very serious. Let me put on my serious politician face because he just said that profanity's not really that bad and that he hasn't used it that much. Here's my serious politician face. I'm against profanity. I'm Jeb Bush. I'm a serious person. Can I have 2 minutes instead of 1? It's like fucking kindergartners on the stage, man. I can't take it. Okay, take note, man. There's a few points to make here. Profanity is the least of Donald Trump's problems. I'm somebody who's pro-profanity, if you can't tell. And think about other things he said and the media reaction to it. Donald Trump called for torture, quote, even if it doesn't work. I only saw coverage of this, from myself, from some new media outlets. I don't know if a single mainstream channel or show covered it. He said torture, quote, even if it doesn't work. You think that might be news, that we should fucking talk about, that he's advocating for war crimes, even if they don't work to get any intelligence. He gets a free pass on that. Banning Muslims from entering the U.S. A little bit of an outcry, but that outcry was mostly in new media, right? I mean, old media, they covered it, but, did they really put everything in context and perspective for you and tell you the constitutionality of that kind of a proposal, tell you how unworkable it is, go into detail? No. So, and this debate, any questions about, hey, you said we should torture even if it doesn't work? Any questions about, hey, you said we should ban Muslims from entering the U.S.? Any questions about, hey, you said we should target civilians in the Middle East? Kill the families of ISIS, women, children. Any tough questions about that? No tough questions. But tough questions for, Donald, voters don't like that you use naughty words and it's profanity sometimes. What a sick, disgusting joke this is. But honestly, I shouldn't even be mad. You want to know why? Because this leads to the final point, the biggest point here. This is why old media is failing. This is why the mainstream media, their ratings are horrific. I'm a YouTube channel, and I have an advertising budget of $0.00. The only way people hear about this is from word of mouth, and I regularly beat shows in the middle of the day on CNN and MSNBC. If you compare my numbers for a full day on YouTube versus like the 2-hour block of Wolf Blitzer, for example, I regularly beat his punk ass. They wonder why. Old media has no clue. They're clueless. I don't get it. Why are people not watching us? Why is it that the demographic under the age of 35 wants nothing to do with us? Because of this shit! Donald, the voters don't really like your profanity. No, if you focus on the substance and the issues, I got news for everybody. The younger generation is issue-based. they're substance-based. Why do you think Bernie Sanders is doing so well as a guy who only talks about substantive policy issues? You want to know why? We have this thing called the Google machine, where we try to figure out, hey, how do you fix the student loan debt crisis? Hey, what led to the Great Recession and the subprime mortgage crisis? Hey, how do we do effective regulation of Wall Street? Hey, why is the minimum wage less than a living wage? These are shit millennials look up. They don't plop down in front of the TV at night and listen to some robotic news actor with the fake cadence and rhythm like a politician tell them stuff from a teleprompter. Thank you guys for handing over the audience to us, the new media people, but also on a serious note, for the good of the country, get your fucking shit together, okay? No questions about, hey, you called for torture even if it doesn't work. You want to ban Muslims from entering the U.S. You want to attack civilians in the Middle East. Nothing on that. Nothing on attacking civilians on purpose. But you use profanity. I'm not sure I like that.